We're live, people. What is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here with the first panel show of the season. Aren't we getting up for? Aren't we excited? Tottenham, what are we, second in the league, third in the league at the moment? Everything's going well. Signings galore. Well, we're hoping for signings galore. We got the signings already with Kudus and Paulinho already making their mark, but we've got a star-studded panel to go through everything that's going on at Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. First of all, much returning guest, Mr. Brian Daigle. You've been very used to his face. How are we doing today, Brian? We're doing all right?
I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing good. It's great to be on the first panel show of the season and great to be with Josh as well. I haven't seen Josh for ages. And you, obviously, Simeon.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. And Josh, the first of what I hope to be many appearances this season on the channel. Welcome back. How are we feeling today? Are we feeling optimistic? We feeling happy?
Yeah, I'm good. Optimistic as ever. You know me, Sim. Always the most optimistic person. And yeah, same back at you, Daigle. Good to be with you. I haven't seen you in ages. And I am actually feeling good today. So yeah.
Good. I hope so. I hope everyone out there is feeling good and feeling optimistic. We obviously we'll start off with obviously the main news, which has been going around over the last 24 hours. We heard the news yesterday from Paul O'Keefe that Tottenham have a verbal agreement with Crystal Palace for Eberechi Eze, which is now becoming a protracted transfer saga, isn't it? Which we're hoping it won't be dragged into it. We were hearing inklings last night. Is there complications in the deal? Are there stumblings? Is there disagreements between Levy and Parish about last-minute add-ons and all these different things? Eze did train today for Crystal Palace ahead of their Europa Conference League game against some team I'm not even going to try and pronounce tomorrow. So we are now hearing news. Kai Havertz has got a long-term injury. Josh, I think, how are you thinking about this deal? I want to know, are you as confident as you were yesterday when we got that bomber from Paul O'Keefe? Is there doubt in your mind now? What's going on in that brain of yours?
You know what I'm like. Any slight negative news and the deal's off. It's not happening.
Move on. Go to the next one.
Exactly. I just can't take the pain again after Morgan Gibbs-White. Honestly, I am worried slightly about this deal now. What has settled my nerves today is them apparently being close to Bilal El-Khanous and looking at Tyler Dibling. Some people are reporting that they are actually looking at both. They're not doing that unless Eze is going through. But at the same time, Arsenal, I feel like with Kai Havertz gone, if they haven't got any striker targets and they aren't sure on the left wing, like they can't get Rodrigo or whatever, there is this 10%. I'll give it a 10% chance that like they actually just go, let's just go get Eze because we need reinforcements. Do you know what I mean? And they know that he'll go to them. So that's the only thing playing on my mind right now. Steve Parish is an absolute terrorist. Why is he making us wait until they've got basically their replacement in doing a medical? How is he in training today? How is he going to be in the squad for tomorrow? A lot of journalists are reporting. To me, I'm sorry, I know this is really negative, but that doesn't sound like the deal is as close as being reported, because you never have a player in training if he's about to go the same day, or if you definitely wouldn't have him in a Europa League game if it was really, really close. So I do believe Paul O'Keefe, but the way that he kind of changed it afterwards, you know, he said deal verbally agreed, but then some of his replies have been like the fees agreed, but the bonuses aren't agreed and all this sort of stuff.
Okay.
So, and then we've got ITKs flying about.
Oh, did you think I meant the whole deal was agreed?
Yeah.
No. I didn't mean that.
Did you see
Only
that?
A silly person would think that. No.
Yeah. Did you actually see that?
I saw because he was replying, because obviously there was some other ITKs saying, you know, there's add-ons or something Parish is adding in last minute, which has angered Levy, and now Paul O'Keefe has basically said the fee has agreed, but these other add-ons or something are still yet to be agreed.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it. If I had to sum it up, I'm a little bit worried. But I'm trying to stay positive with the fact that it looks like Palace are making movements today. And if I wasn't a Spurs fan, if I was a fan of any other team, I wouldn't be worried about getting hijacked. But because of what's happened to us, I do just have this slight fear of Arsenal still coming back in. So we'll see.
Where are you at, Brian? What's your percentage meter for you of this deal getting done in your head at this point?
So first of all, is it a Tottenham transfer if there isn't a saga?
Correct.
Is it this from the player waving, which looked like an obvious wave goodbye, only at us through whatever person, whatever party is stalling? Only Tottenham can make a transfer that's so simple, look like you're doing an IKEA flat pack without the instructions. Only at Spurs. I don't want. I'm not. I am still. I can't get my heart broken. I can't get my heart broken again.
Brian, after how strong you went about Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah, I've learned my mistake. Daily tweets with positive song titles. Yes, it's getting done. I've got no. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I do think though, this is too far down the line for them to get involved. I do think we've all heard about Eze and his values and all that. I'm hoping a verbal agreement. His word is his bond. We've obviously got the Arsenal links, but I've seen a few people mention on social media maybe Arsenal going for Semenyo. That might be. I know he signed a contract, but that might be the player they go for. I was at 70% when we saw Paul O'Keefe yesterday in the morning with verbal agreement. I went up to 80% by the end of the evening. I finished streaming at 3:30 in the morning your time. No, later, 5 o'clock in the morning your time. And I was up to 80%. And I'm sticking at 80%. I'm sticking at 80%. I don't care if he signs before Manchester City. I care if he signs before September the 1st and the window closes. If we miss him for Manchester City, yes, it's a shame. But if this deal has to get ironed out and done, we need to get this over the line. So as long as it's done before the window shuts, and I am going to be calm. I am going to be calm with this one. He says.
If he's in the lineup tomorrow, how are we feeling?
Fine. Just injured. Just
calm?
get an injury.
Are we calm if he's in the lineup tomorrow, Josh? Are we calm?
I'm with Dago, actually. I know I sounded like I was dooming, but I'm about 80% as well. Because 20% is still quite a large chunk of like something could go wrong. 80% I'm at. But yeah, if he's in the lineup tomorrow, I'm gonna
drop.
I'm gonna be screaming, honestly, because it's one thing him being in the squad. If he's on the bench, that shows me something that they are like, let's just be a little bit careful at least. But we've got him in case it goes wrong and we can bring him on, kind of thing. If he starts tomorrow, I just don't see how it can be as close as everyone's saying it is. I actually don't, because that is a major risk for a major amount of money. Because if pulls a hammy or anything really, and it could totally affect it.
Yep. Yeah, I think. Sorry, Tim. Go on, you go.
No, go on, Brian. Go on.
No, as I was saying to you behind the scenes, I think let's just say the worst happens, and I don't think it will. But if we lose this deal, for whatever reason it may be, Parish moving the goalposts or whatever happened, one thing, this fan base will be going nuts.
Yeah.
We lose him and the filth come in and take him. Armageddon will erupt. But I do think it is too far down the line. This upbeat, Bri, I think I've taken a blow to the head. I think I've taken a blow to the head.
Report, Brian.
Right, it's never too far. It's never too far gone. We got the here we go, and what Morgan Gibbs White didn't happen.
Literally,
we've all lived through Willian. We've all. Do you know what I mean? It's never too
There's
far.
No such thing as too far gone. The most frustrating thing with this deal for me is just every day. It's just talks are now at advanced stages. Advanced. It's more advanced now. Oh, it couldn't get more advanced. It's never been closer. Oh, it's so close. It's on the tip of your tongue. It's on your fingertips. You can almost touch it. And it's like they're teasing us every day. It's so close. It's so close. There's like a new verb or a new adjective for how close this deal could be. And it's still just, we're here. Every day it's another meeting with Levy and Parish. This is the conversation I was having with Ben the other day about, he was going, why aren't you more excited? I was like, I think it's getting done, but there's nothing new I'm getting like excited about. Obviously, we had yesterday the news that there was a deal agreed. So that was like, seemed to be progression. But now we're back here 24 hours later. He's trained for Palace. A deal clearly isn't fully agreed if he's still training. You know, is the medical booked? When's that happening? You know, when's the ball rolling? So clearly there's still a few steps to go. I don't know if Paul O'Keefe jumped the gun potentially with what you said yesterday or not, but it clearly isn't fully there because he's still look, obviously he's contracted to Palace, and as long as the deal's not signed, I guess they will feel like he needs to fulfill his duties, and he's clearly not wanting to do what Isaac is doing or Whistle's doing and refusing to train and all that kind of stuff. I guess there's no need to, because it seems like Palace are willing to deal with Tottenham and stuff like that. So there's no real need for him to push, because it seems like Palace are willing to facilitate a move. But still, the fact that we're having all these reports constantly, and it seems like on the face of it, we're still kind of ironing things out. There's still something not completed. We haven't. Why is nothing signed? Why have we signed anything? Why is it all verbal? Put it on paper. Sign a contract.
Yeah, well, I have no other tier ones. Carried on after Paul O'Keefe did. You know, like how they did with the Romero's signing deal.
Mm-hmm.
They all came in straight after Paul O'Keefe. Paul O'Keefe was just on his own yesterday. Nobody else, apart from Ben Jacobs, who just
But why at this stage of the window you're doing an agreement? You've been in talks for weeks, and now you've done a verbal agreement. Okay, get it down on paper. Why aren't you getting it down on paper? What's the hold up?
I've got to be honest. Yeah, I know we always blame Levy, and I do. I still think it's Levy's fault anyway, in a roundabout way, because. Like, I think this is Parish's side. I don't think he wants to let his prize star go without having the replacement in that they can quickly say, we have, maybe say, we've let Eze go, but we've signed Bilal El Khanous or whatever. And he also, after what's happened with their European stuff, he does not want to risk going out of that qualifier, and having Eze or not having Eze does actually make a big difference to the chances there. So I do think it's actually on Parish's side, if I had to guess. But I do think it's still Levy's fault, because I don't think many other chairmen would get treated like this. Like, if he was Pally if he had good relations with Parish from before, and he didn't have this reputation of just taking the piss out of every chairman, then maybe they would have been, Levy would have been able to negotiate him coming sooner or something. Do you know what I mean? So, that's just.
And I'm just worried as well, because is Levy getting a taste of his own medicine? And in how many times have we heard that Levy, from other chairmen and other people, saying that Tottenham, you agree a deal with them, and Levy always comes back and adds something else last minute. He's always changing the terms. He's always doing this, and they're impossible to deal with. Ferguson famously said, it was more painful than his hip replacement dealing with Daniel Levy in Tottenham. There's a lot of famous anecdotes about Levy. And now, if Parish has done something similar here, is Levy's pride and ego going to get in the way, in terms of like, instead of accepting these terms and say, okay, maybe we should add a win bonus, and they're adding this last minute, add a few extra 100,000 for a bonus or million, whatever. Is his ego getting in the way and say, no, we agreed something, even though I've done what you're doing 100 times? Absolutely no way we're agreeing to anything else, and these are the terms, and that's it. And if you don't agree to them, we're walking away. And he's like kind of threatening Crystal Palace because we're being dealt with how he's dealt with 100 other chairmen. And that's what I'm worried about as well. There's pride and ego gets in the way of negotiations, and that's always been a bit of a stumbling block in many deals, I feel. Is that a worry for you, Brian?
Let's hit a home run. Boom. You loaded me up there. Listen.
Rolled him up, and then Brian.
I've only got an hour. But I could feel that coming. But I will say, before I talk on that, The most
See you
important
getting more and
thing.
more red, Brian.
The most important thing. We're talking about games that we don't want him playing in. Obviously Thursday. I don't want him playing on Saturday. On Saturday, it's Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, and with what's gone on,
my God.
and it's at Selhurst Park. You can imagine that game. Someone mentioned it on the stream yesterday. It's going to be Palace Forest. That's going to be like an old firm game with the so
Didn't
we
even think
need
about that.
get it just
I
done.
didn't
Just
think about that either.
mate, I didn't even realise it till someone said it on the stream yesterday. If he has to play Thursday, fine. By any means necessary, get this deal done so he can't play on Saturday for them, because that's going to be a spicy affair. Look, when it comes to Daniel Levy, I'm not going to go into it too mad because everyone knows from the years I've been here. What I will say, if this falls apart, Parish Levy was always going to be a complicated thing, wasn't it? No matter what, Parish does what's best for Palace.
Yeah.
And he's a very, very, very tough negotiator. And we all know that. If he's moving the goalpost, what I will say, if this does happen, it will show that the teams that are in stature and size and financially not in the strong point we are, all of his special skills that we used to credit Levy with, or could credit Levy with, will show that he's lost his touch. It will show that what he was getting done. And listen, we all know the deals he's been able to get over the line or where he's been able to save money for the way he's done things. But we've lost a lot of deals. But these clubs now, look at a Bournemouth who have sold so many players. They just say, well, you're not getting them for this amount. You're not getting them for this amount.
Brian, just quickly, Ollie Glasner's confirmed Eze will start tomorrow in his press conference.
Oh, dear. Okay. I mean, look.
What's his exact words? Sorry.
He said most of you will be surprised that they will start again tomorrow because all of the rumours, they are committed here and they will play a crucial part. That was him talking. He was asked about Eze and Guehi. He said they're both going to start tomorrow.
There you go. So,
the way he's talking, he keeps denying. Like he keeps saying that it's just rumours. It's just rumours. It's mad.
Listen, we can't. Daniel Levy himself can't afford for this deal to fall through. Regardless of what happened with Gibbs White, who was at fault, whatever, it was a very drawn out and public affair where Spurs lost. This whole transfer affair where Arsenal were going to be in for him, then they dropped out, then people were in. We've had a clear run at them. And if we remember, Sunday will be 3 weeks that James Maddison picked up his injury.
Yeah.
And it's taken 3 weeks to try and get here. So we're running out of time. I still think this deal gets done. I'm going to stay there. I'm not going to get as excited as Gibbs White, but if it doesn't, then how we approach transfers has got to be looked at. Got to be, because it will be embarrassing, wouldn't it? It will be embarrassing if we do not get Eze now. We will come second in a one-horse race.
So we had on Saturday, lots of reliable journalists saying deal was so close he's going to be left out of the squad against Chelsea. He then played against Chelsea in the morning, he's including the squad. We've now had a week of advanced negotiations. We've had an agreed deal yesterday, and now he's set to start again tomorrow for Crystal Palace. Oh, they just keep. It's like they've just got us on a fishing at the end of a fishing line, and they're just towing us along. Oh, it's so frustrating.
I honestly am at 50% now. I'll tell
50?
you why.
You just said before it was about.
That is a rapid.
Let me tell you why.
Gosh, are you making me the positive one?
You are compared to me, honestly. Ask Sim. But look, let me tell you why. What's just gone on in my head is like, if he starts tomorrow, which Glasner is confirming he's starting tomorrow. Yeah, he's saying he's starting tomorrow. Yeah, just like he said before the Chelsea game as well. So I'm going to take Glasner at his word. If he's starting tomorrow, Levy has lost in these negotiations. Like everything we were hearing from like ITKs and stuff was that Levy wants the deal done quickly. He wants it done. He was saying, apparently he wanted it done yesterday. If they then extend it to Thursday and Parish is just palming off Levy, I think there's now multiple reasons why it won't work. You've got this is why I'm at 50%. You've got he could get injured tomorrow. yeah, because he's playing. You've got Daniel Levy will walk away because Parish has kept palming him off, and he's not letting the deal go through, basically. And ITKs were saying that Daniel Levy will walk away if he can't get it done soon. Then third, you've got this little 5-10% Arsenal thing where they could, they've just lost Kai Havertz. Ornstein has said that they are looking at attacking reinforcements now. He didn't say they're looking at a striker. He didn't say anything. He said attacking reinforcements. They're looking in the market. So you've got that as well. So now I'm actually totting up reasons why it won't work as many as why it will. So that's why I'm at 50% now, because that Glasner news has just thrown me. I'm steaming, honestly.
There's what do you call it? In terms of the Arsenal thing, I obviously didn't mention comment on that. I think when I think about it, I think logically in your head you're like, okay, Havertz is a striker, always been playing striker for Arsenal. So if he's injured, you would think Arsenal would go for a striker. But you could also look at it this way: they've signed Gyökeres. Does that mean Havertz was set to play more of a part of midfield this year for Arsenal than he would have done? If that's the case, then if he's not got a long injury, could they look for a player who can play in midfield to replace Havertz rather than just a striker? And if they do look for that kind of player, is Eze the perfect guy? And we've just spent the last few weeks basically negotiating an amazing price, which I'm pretty sure Arsenal would match that price, 55 million plus 5. I don't see why Arsenal wouldn't match that. That's like not a big fee. In the grand scheme of things, I think initially, they were quoted, "Oh, you got to break the release clause to sign him," and they didn't want to do that. But now, because of Tottenham's negotiating skills, we've negotiated this deal, and now Arsenal can come and swoop in if they feel like they want to replace Havertz with a midfielder. That does kind of worry me a bit.
I've got another piece of doom that's just popped up into my head from what you're saying as well, which is basically, Havertz got injured on Sunday is when they would have known. Sunday is when it was starting to, we're meant to be really advanced, blah, blah. What if the reason they're holding off is for Arsenal? Like, don't. I think
the one thing.
No, but what if because what was meant to have gone through yesterday? What if they knew and Arsenal were like, hold on, don't. We'll give you an extra couple of mil. Blah, blah, and that's what's going on right now, and that's why he keeps going no, because he's waiting for Arsenal to get Paris is waiting for Arsenal to get their their money in order, basically.
I honestly think with Eze and his values, I think Eze now with the verbal agreement, which we're led to believe has been had, I still think Tottenham will be his destination. But one thing I think we've all learned is, come January, don't look at Twitter. Don't look at Twitter for 31 days. Well, let's go back old school and just wait till the player's holding the shirt. It's got so mad in the space.
We're going to end up with Bilal El Khanous, aren't we?
And Diblin.
Yeah.
But no, I know Eze. I'm going to stick with Eze, and my belief is Thomas Frank will convince him.
I'm starting
to get faith, optimism, and hope.
I'm starting to get this sinking feeling, man. I'm starting to get this sinking feeling.
Yeah, I can tell. What I said, I can tell it affected you.
I don't know what's going on. When I'm more positive than Sim and Josh, there are concerns.
One of the topics in this stream was supposed to be talking about, because there's rumors about other signings we're making, and one of them's like Akilush, and if we sign someone like him, where does Eze actually fit in? Because Akilush could be at the number 10, blah, blah, blah. So one of the topics was supposed to be like, how do we see Eze fitting into this team? But I don't know if I can talk about that right now.
No, he's coming. He is coming. Eze is coming. I'm 80% certain, but I was 100% certain MGW is coming. But that's a different process and different thing.
But Brian, are you not like, now that he's starting tomorrow, does that not take your percentage down at all? Like?
No. If he starts Saturday against Forest, then I fear for his life, because there are going to be some challenges in that game. But yeah, no, I think he comes. I think he comes.
It's all lining up, though. It's all lining up. The Havertz injury on Sunday, then that's when they started to delay. Like,
it's all a perfect storm.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Believe, people. Believe.